I will call the Joint Government Oversight, Finance, Audit, Budget Committee of December 2nd to order. First item on the agenda is Pledge Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item is adoption of agenda.
Romano adopts the agenda.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Van Sickle to adopt the agenda. Any discussion on the agenda? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next item is approval of minutes, Joint Finance Audit Budget Committee, Government Oversight minutes dated November 4th, 2025, including closed session. Motion to approve.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Gratz, supported by Commissioner Perna. Any discussion on the meeting minutes? Please vote. It's two.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next is approval of minutes, Finance Audit Budget Committee meeting minutes dated November 13th, 2025. I need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Zinner. I didn't think anybody wanted to approve them, Mr. Kraft. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next is our first of two public participation. This one is for agenda items only for a maximum of 3 minutes. Anyone from the public wish to be heard on agenda items only? Seeing none, I will close public participation. Next item is appointments. I'm going to read the appointments of each of the commissioners and take a motion to refer all of them to full board. First is District 1, Tom Matthews. District 2, Lisa Mintner. District 3 does not have an appointment at this time. District 4, Kathy Western. District 5 does not have an appointment. District 6, Maury Smith. District 7, Marcella Rhea. District 8, Joe Sabalini. That was close. District 9, Kathy Rubino. District 10, Carole Weidenbach. District 11, Carole Wiseman. District 12 does not have an appointment at this time. District 13 does not have an appointment at large. Roselle Fuca. At large, Megan Mott. At large, Carol Thompson. There's an open at-large appointment. So I need a recommendation to refer all of these to full board.
So moved.
Support Zinner.
Motion by Commissioner Goike, supported by Commissioner Zinner. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next is Art Institute Authority Board Chair appointment, 2-year reappointments, 2-year terms to run January 1, 26 through December 31st, 2027. Michael McDonald and Maria Salamasas.
Motion to recommend to full board.
Support Van Sickle.
I have a motion by Commissioner Gratz, supported by Commissioner Van Sickle. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next is Friend of the Court Advisory Committee, executive reappointment with board concurrence, 1 vacancy, 3-year term to expire on December 31st, 2028. The nominee is Dawn Propek. I need a motion to refer it to full board.
Motion to refer to full board.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Romano, supported by Commissioner Goike. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Next is Government Oversight Committee Department recommendations. I'll take a motion for A through D.
So moved. Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Van Sickle, supported by Commissioner Kraft. The first is renewal of ongoing marketing management for Board of Commissioners, Hunch Free. Anyone wish to speak on that one? Seeing none. Next is county's notice of intent to prepare county solid waste management plan amendment. Anyone wish to speak on that one? Seeing none. Macomb County Board of Commissioners 2026 meeting calendar, updated December 1st, 2025. No discussion. Next is Macomb County Casual Day Program 2026 charities. No discussion on that one. Oh, there is. Commissioner Van Sickle. How come I didn't see you? You have the floor.
I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
Okay,
press
we-
the button to ask a question about the Hunch Free one.
Go
I don't
ahead.
know if it popped up. Were there other bids for that project? For that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Crystal? Oh, there you are.
Yes, there were.
No, I mean, sorry, that was, I apologize, this is a bad question. I know there were other bids. Just very quickly, can you just sum up why we chose Hunch Free over the other bids?
Just based on the review of them, it was determined it would be best to continue services with them.
Okay.
They were most affordable. We're already working with them. Local.
Thank you. I think they have definitely been doing a much better job as we've been working with them, and so just wanted to acknowledge that, and that that with what the board chair has wanted to do is like go out to bid for everything and not just continue with the same company just because we've used them in the past. That we're really paying attention to every contract that we have and putting everything out to bid. So I apologize. My first question, I should have worded that better, but so thank you.
But Krista, we appreciated your answer.
Thank you.
Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next item is item E, postponed from November 4th, 2025, Government Oversight Committee, Contract Lincoln Corporation, Jobs Dashboard Manager, $65,025. Carlin Semlo. Carlin, I need a motion to refer it to full board.
Support Zinner.
Thank you, Commissioner Wallace and Commissioner Zenner. Carlin, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you for this agenda item. This is an item that is currently paid for out of our HR department. It's under our contractual services advertising fund. It is approximately $21,000 a year for a 3-year contract. This is a bulk of the advertising that we do of our county vacancies.
Okay, before I say I see no speakers, are there any speakers? Chair 17. You're not on my thing.
Technology woes.
Yeah, okay. Chair 17.
Carole, just a really quick question. You said this is the primary source for all of the job postings. Do we use any, like Indeed or any other types of platforms besides LinkedIn?
Yes, so LinkedIn is probably the biggest one that we use. Our annual budget is $30,500, and so this is a large portion of our budget. We also do use Indeed. Through this, we do a lot of, we have a presence on LinkedIn. We also have the ability to do some back-end recruiting. We pay for highlighting 5 jobs, which has really helped with our presence in the community in terms of the number of LinkedIn followers that we get. The rest of our money, the $8,800, is what we use to spend with incremental things that come up throughout the year for advertising needs.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Carolyn.
Hello.
Do you have any kind of statistics on how many candidates we interviewed through LinkedIn contacts and how many candidates that we found through LinkedIn were actually hired?
I don't have that today, Commissioner. I can tell you just some statistics from our presence in 2025. I would believe that we probably have the ability to pull some information if an applicant indicates that they were from LinkedIn. I don't have that for you today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Goike, did you withdraw?
Same question. I wanted to know what the percentage was.
Thank you. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 10-3. Commissioners Goike, Grote, and Kraft voting no.
Thank you. Next item is department recommendations, collective bargaining agreements. I'm going to take a motion A through O.
So moved.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Howard, supported by Commissioner Lucido. I will take these one at a time and read them. If somebody has a question or a comment, please activate the details button. Collective bargaining agreement Teamsters Local 214, January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. I don't have a question, Carolyn. You don't need to speak.
Okay, I'll wait and
I don't see one. Okay, collective bargaining agreement, United Auto Workers, Local 889, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Okay. Collective bargaining agreement, UAW Local 412, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Okay. Collective bargaining agreement, Michigan Nurses Association, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Okay, I'm checking. No speakers. Collective bargaining agreement, Macomb County Environmental Health Association, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Okay. Collective bargaining agreement, Technical, Professional, and Office Workers Association, Family Court, Juvenile Justice Center, and Public Defender's Office, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Collective bargaining agreement, Technical, Professional, and Office Workers, Public Defender's Office, January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Collective bargaining agreement, Technical, Professional, and Office Workers Association of Michigan, Specialized Employees, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Collective bargaining agreement, Technical, Professional, and Office Workers Association of Michigan, IT, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Moving right along. Collective bargaining agreement, Technical, Professional, and Office Workers Association of Michigan Supervisors, January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Collective bargaining agreement, Technical, Professional, and Office Workers Association of Michigan Circuit Court Officers / Professional Association, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Collective bargaining agreement, Police Officers Association of Michigan, POAM, Medical Examiners Employees, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Collective bargaining agreement, Police Officers Association, POAM, Animal Control, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Commissioner Perna,
I'll wait till the end, sir.
Oh, thank you. Collective bargaining agreement, Building Trades Association, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Collective bargaining agreement, Building Trades Association, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. Collective bargaining agreement, American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, ASME, January 1, 2026 to December 31st, 2028. I don't think I missed any, Carolyn.
I don't think so either. That's a lot.
Would you like to speak to them as a whole before I have quite a few to recognize, so
Okay, I can.
now
I'll
you
just-
have the floor.
I can give you an overview of negotiations. Our office has been actively negotiating with our unions. We started in early October. What we're currently dealing with right now is 20 of our collective bargaining agreements are expiring at the end of this year. So you have before you today 15 of the 20. We have 5 yet that have yet to ratify, so we will continue to work with those unions and bring those forward to you in 2026. And so, as you probably saw as you were flipping through the mounds of paper that we gave you, we pretty consistently had all of those issues addressed on a countywide basis. I was recently mentioning that this was probably one of the most difficult bargaining sessions that we have had, at least in a very long time here. We worked very hard and long hours to get these done. But we got there, and I think that overwhelmingly our employees are pleased with the deal that's in front of them. So what you'll generally see in front of you is we are presenting 4% increases to our employees on January 1st of 2026, 3% in 2027, 3% in 2028. The other big change here is we've made some investment into our deferred compensation program. So just a reminder that our employees that are hired in after January 1 of 2016, the pension was closed for those employees. So anybody hired after January 1 of 2016, we are looking to increase the contribution amounts by the employer for 1% for our employees in that category. We felt that we needed to do that in order to continue to be competitive in the market, just looking at what the other municipalities are doing in terms of their employer contribution. It's been something we've been wanting to do to maintain the ability to recruit and retain our employees.
Thank you. Commissioner Perna.
Were there any bargaining units that,
Could you speak into the
something
microphone,
else?
please?
then was everybody par?
Yes, and we, everything in front of you today has been spelled out, so wages and the DC contributions and the ESTA sick leave changes, all of the things that you've seen were consistent across the county. We call them our core changes. One of the things that we were doing to just make sure that we equalized across the county was sometimes if there was a shift premium that was inconsistent with where the county's at, we were looking at things like that are handled at the department level. But what you see in front of you is, yes, consistent across the county.
What about the other 5, you say? When do their contracts come up?
The other 5 are all expiring at the end of this year as well. So we just have not reached an agreement with them.
You have not.
We had 2 of those 5 we did reach a tentative agreement with, but the employees turned them down. So we'll continue to work with a mediator for those, and then we are actively bargaining with the 3 others still.
And hopefully, most likely, they'll get the same offer that the other 15 have been.
We have the same offer on the table. The difference will be in retro payments. So retro is a negotiable item.
All right, thank you.
Is that all, Commissioner? Yes, sir. Thank you. Commissioner Goike.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for being here. This is my first time going around on it, and coming from being an employer and stuff and working on it, and if I read right, it just, HR is the one that does all the negotiating on this, so it's the person in charge of their department that really doesn't do it. So like Public Works, Candace doesn't do any of her negotiation. The prosecutor doesn't do any of his employees. Is that correct?
Almost. The prosecutor has been involved in this round of negotiations, which is something new in my career. So he did have a representative at the table with us. In terms of the other elected officials in the departments, we engage with them on an ongoing basis. We're contacting them as proposals are coming to and from. But for the most part, they are not at the table with us.
Seems a little peculiar to me, okay. The other thing is, on the employer contribution, what percentage is the county giving right now for the, defined, or not the defined, but the, the,
So currently today, any employee hired in minimally has, the employee contributes 3% and the county contributes 6%. Under the new agreement, the county will contribute 7%, so there's an additional percent there. After 5 years, the employee can elect to increase their contributions, and in turn, the county will increase theirs. So currently, that's 4% for the employee and 8% for the county. Under the new agreement, if the employee elects to increase their contributions, it'll be 4 and 9.
okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Kraft.
Jump in the line. Thank you,
Yeah, I am.
Mr. Chair. Carlin, the last couple of years, I've kind of made a point of, investing in our employees as opposed to, new hires or anything like that. And so I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to approve all these contracts, even though we've budgeted for the 3%. And these contracts all have 4%. So I will be voting yes for all of these. My question is, when it comes to that extra 1% across the board, do you know what that total dollar amount is? And is that something that will come to us in the form of a budget amendment in January?
I'm told that the county will be bringing a budget amendment for that in 2026. I don't know if that will be in January.
It'd be first quarter, though, I would imagine, right?
I don't-
Hopefully.
Watch out for the guy behind you, Carole.
I heard him.
Thank you very much for the question. Yes, a budget amendment will be forthcoming to roll up that 1%. We had some conversations with the Board of Commissioners, specifically Chair Sabatini, how he wanted to do that. That also can be swallowed up by a rollover factor that is factored into the budget on an annual basis, which has been practiced in the past. We've gone both ways. The board's desire is to have a budget amendment brought forward, which it will. Presumably, Commissioner Kraft, we'd wait until after we got everybody through.
Sure.
Because that 1% won't impact us until the very end of the year. So I can't guarantee that it'll be Q1, depending on how negotiations go.
Okay, no problem.
And
Thank you.
I hope that that's reflective of what the board would like to do.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Howard.
Thank you. I was going to ask a similar question to Commissioner Kraft, so I should have took my name off. The other question is, just correct me if I'm wrong, our prosecutors, they are not included in the collective bargaining agreement?
They are included. It is one of the groups we have not settled with.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all.
Chair Sabatini.
Thank you, Chair. Carlin, just a quick question. I know with the sick time, there was some changes in languages. Obviously, we had changes, and we're waiting for the new bargaining to go through to make sure we had that all cleaned up going forward. So has that all been cleaned up with all these unions that we're looking to approve today?
Yes.
It has. Okay, great. And then I know with some of the unions, specifically like trades and some other ones, obviously with F&O, we've got some shift premiums. So that's been cleaned up as well with all those unions so that we are now effectively paying them for those shift premiums.
Yes, it was a goal that we had to equalize that and make sure that those were being treated fairly across the county. I believe we've reached that with all of the agreements.
Okay, great. Has been behind you cheers, so that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair.
Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. I'd like to say that's an excellent job by our HR department to get all of these done in such a short time frame. So thank you. Next item is resolutions postponed from November 2025. Full board meeting, resolution 2025-14157. A resolution authorizing transfer of certain county real property to Macomb Community College.
Chair,
Yes.
if I may, Chair, after further discussion, I'd like to make a motion to postpone this item until we have an appraisal and it's provided to us before any transfer takes place.
We have a motion to table. Do I have support? Support by Commissioner Lucido.
Chair.
What?
9A.
Oh, okay, thank you. Well, we'll
But I
take,
will I will support the 10.
all right, we'll take 10 then. Please
Support.
vote on a motion to table this to a time in the future
Appraisal is provided.
until we have appraisal completed. Please vote. I know our chairman wanted to speak on that, but we'll cut him off.
Motion passes 13-0.
We'll go back to 9, ordinance 2025-XX, an ordinance to amend in their entirety previously adopted comprehensive contracting and purchasing policies and procedures, ordinances, and associated resolutions, and to provide penalties and consequences for violations. I need a motion to refer that to full board.
Motion to refer to full board.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Howards. I think that was Commissioner Perna. Support. Let me check here. Chair Sabatini.
Button did work. I just want to give a little context to this. This has been something that the board's been working on for multiple years to revise this. And one of my goals when I became chair was to put a deadline on this, and the deadline was by the end of this year. So we're meeting our goal. Many of the people that have been in this work group have spent numerous hours working on this amongst many departments that were part of the process. And I thought it was a very, very good process. Everyone had an opportunity to contribute, give their opinions, thoughts, and concerns, and we got it to this point where it is in front of us today. So, you know, every ordinance that we do, especially this one, has a lot of caveats relative to, you know, should it be this number? Should it be that number? Should it be this word? Should it be that word? I think we did, you know, the best job that we could do with this work group. I know there was a number of questions, and the board has been sitting on this for over a month, 2 months from its initial draft. So we've had a lot of dialogue, and I just want to highlight a few points in regards to some of the main changes with this ordinance that came out of the work group. One of those was the increased board approval from $35,000 to $50,000 threshold. You know, originally when this ordinance was created, the numbers for that approval amount were all over the place. They were at 10,000, they were at 100,000. We settled on $35,000, and it's been there for, you know, almost 15 years. So based on inflation, based on changes, it was decided to recommend it to the board at $50,000. There was an added provision for change orders in projects over 10 million, requiring approval at 2.5% or $250,000, whichever is less. This is something that's most recently come up with F&O and the challenges that we've had with some of our large buildings that we've been building. One of the concerns that was brought to us from F&O and from our general contractors was, you know, as these projects go, you know, we meet once a month, and there are change orders. There's things that happen with these jobs. These jobs do not stop just because we're not in session. So we wanted to put a provision in here so that we had something in there for F&O and for our contractors to work through until that can then be brought to the board at the next available time. Certainly, we always have emergencies that come about at the county. There is a process in place for emergencies, which has been tweaked most recently lately, and I think it's been working really, really well. We had some general cleanup to reflect some actual business practices that needed to be done. We did eliminate from professional services, accounting, actuarial, appraising, architectural, assessing, engineering, environmental, real estate, and title examination and abstracting services from professional services. We also did remove expectations to competitive bidding for both professional services and long-standing relationships. So we should be now seeing more bids. One of the other discussions that we did have with some of our professional services, for example, architectural or environmental or engineering. Some of the discussions there were F&O and the executive is looking to probably bring us master service agreements where they would be bid out on a multiple year scenario. So they would have people available, and then they would bring those contracts to us. But I think the core discussion in this item with the work group and with the executive and other departments was that we do want bids to go out. We want things bid out, and that was the intention there. So that being said, I just wanted to hit really the high level items and just kind of summarize it for everybody. But we have a new updated ordinance, and thank you to all of the members of the work group for all of your time and all of your input into all of our departments, as well as the executive office. I think ultimately we've got a final product that I'm satisfied with. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair, for that summary. And I would like to say, as a member of the committee, we had over 9 meetings. There probably was 30 people involved in the rewriting of this ordinance. In my prior life at General Motors, I wrote regulatory laws that were distributed around the globe. This was more tedious than writing a law, if you can imagine that. And I mentioned to the chair driving in, I heard a quote on the radio that I thought was applicable to this. The death of good is perfect. Think about that, because that's how many lines were changed in this document. I want to congratulate Crystal for keeping her and Kyle track of all of this so that we were able to get to this point. And again, as our chairman indicated, it may not be perfect, but it was certainly the consensus of all those that sat through these meetings that we reached an agreement. And thank heaven to that, because I don't want to have a 10th meeting. So to that, all those in favor, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next is for discussion purposes only, ordinance 202X-XX, an ordinance to establish standards and procedures for use of county seal. I need a motion to receive and file.
True, I missed 11.
Oh, I missed 11? Better fix these glasses. Okay, we'll go back to 11.
Just trying to speed it up.
A proclamation congratulating Kevin Wilczek
Need a second.
upon his retirement from City of Utica Fire Department Sylvia Grad Commissioner. I need a motion to refer to full board for adoption,
I need a full approval, Mr. Chairman.
for approval. Oh, she's looking for full
I am
board
looking for
approval
full
so she can
approval. The
present
meeting
it.
is
That's
on
correct.
I'll
Tuesday.
support full board approval.
I appreciate it.
Support.
Thank you so much. I will deliver
Oh,
on Tuesday.
She's going to deliver it
I will personally deliver. They have their, city council has their meeting, and that's where I am going to present
Thank
it. And our meeting is on Thursday, so I would not get the full approval, so that's why I'm asking for today. Thank you so much, commissioners.
So I have a motion by Commissioner Lucido, supported by Commissioner Van Sickle. Any further discussion on the motion? Please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you,
you.
commissioners.
And good luck with your presentation,
Thank you.
Commissioner. Next item, ordinance 202X-XX, an ordinance to establish standards and procedures for use of the county seal. I need a motion to receive and file.
So moved.
Support.
I see no discussion on this. Did you want to talk to that?
Sure.
Chair Sabatini.
Thank you, Chair. Another ordinance that was on the list, Commissioners. So we've got this to a draft standpoint. Wanted to share that with everyone. We did send this over to the executive's office as well, so they're looking through it. One of my goals with all these ordinances was to include everybody as we are. So you have now a draft format in front of you. Thank you again to the work group members. I know I've asked a lot of some of them that have been in multiple work groups. So But long story short, this is just something that was on the list that needed to be updated and needed I'll say a lot of TLC, but it looks like that when you look at the red line, but really it was good context that we had with the executive office in making some clear distinctions between the county seal and logos. They also did provide us the brand standards or logo standards, which we had not incorporated with this in the past. We were waiting for this. This is one of those ordinances that was originally created when we went to the new executive form of government and we were required to create this. So that's why there was a lot of redlining in this agreement, so, or this ordinance, I should say. So long story short, we have it to a draft point. Certainly any feedback, thoughts on this, let me know and or let Crystal know, and we will get you answers. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. We have a motion and support. Please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you, and it's great pleasure I turn the gavel over to Commissioner Kraft.
Thank you, Chair. Excellent work moving through your lengthy agenda. We'll get into Finance, Audit, and Budget Committee, and we will start with item A, which is the quarterly financial report for the period ending September 30th, 2025. I'll take a motion to receive and file.
Motion receive and file.
Motion from Commissioner Ha, support from Commissioner Grote. John, our Finance Director, is here to present. Some brief comments, I'm sure. John, go ahead when you're ready.
All right, Commissioners, thank you for having me here today. Presented are the revenue and expenditure reports through September 30th of 2025 for the fiscal year ended December 31st, 2025. The reports reflect all the financial activity organized from January 1st through the third quarter and are intended to provide context of year-over-year context of year-to-date performance, interfund trends, and year-end planning considerations as the county begins to prepare to close out the current fiscal year. The county entered 2025 with a strong audited general fund equity position of $131.3 million. You can see that at the top corner of the reports as of December 31st, 2024. The majority of this balance, $125 million, is classified as unassigned, underscoring considerable operation liquidity and reserve capacity as the county progresses through the 3 quarters of the fiscal year. Because these balances do not present true year-end audited positions, rather an interim quarterly expectation, discussions should remain focused on sustainability of reserves through year-end rather than quarter-to-quarter movement. Through September 30th, 2025, federal and state grant revenues are tracking behind the prior year recognition, although underlying receipts levels remain largely consistent. The variances reflect a draw-based reimbursement timing rather than structural revenue underperformances. The differences from last year's recognition is expected to narrow as we enter the 4th quarter of the year. County-wide charges for service revenues reflect similar timing considerations. Many revenue streams are pacing near 2/3 recognized at the end of Q3, consistent with prior year patterns that depend on departmental billing cycles, grant reimbursements, and other seasonal collectional timings throughout the year. Personnel costs in several key areas are pacing slightly higher than last year. As expected, this is primarily due to the 3% wage increase this year. And you can see it's trending about $1 million ahead of last year, so well within budgeted numbers. Despite that, though, the overall general fund remains approximately 62% utilized through the 3rd quarter, so we're trending below what our expected expenditures are to the end of the year. The debt service fund has expensed about 92% of the expenditures for the fiscal year, and that's just primarily due to payment of the debt service. It really has nothing to do with any operational deficiencies or anything like that. But overall, I think the statements present a very healthy county financial operation through the third quarter of this fiscal year.
Thank you, John. Any questions from commissioners? Commissioner Goike?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The debt services that you're talking about is, what was that, money that was bonded out for, that's in the past on like the pension stuff that had to be done in like 12, and is that what we're?
Yeah, so we
talking
really have two primary debt service obligations. One was the pension, which we issued debt in order to settle that obligation to get, I think we're at a little over 100% funded right now. And so we just make the debt service payments on that. In addition to that, we do have debt service for, I believe, this facility here, which was bonded out. And those two are coming, I should say relatively close to the end of their life, but it's really like 2030. So, in the grand scheme of things, there's still quite a few
about?
years
So
to
basically
come.
about 4 more years on both of them?
I think it might be a little bit more than just over 4 more years, but we're on the back half of both those debt service payments. So.
And then what's the bond, what's that rate on that? About 7%, 8%, do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I can get that information for you and return it. Yeah.
That's all right. We're making it. That's what I.
No,
just
yeah,
was curious what
I
it
do
was.
know the refunding bonds that were issued in 2020 as part of the original, I think it was 2015 was the original issue for the pension bonds, are considerably lower than a 7%. I think at that time, really bond rates were around 3 and 4% on those issues. But I can get you the exact
Okay,
percentage.
and then the other question, I don't know if I need to listen, ask the treasurer, or you should probably be able to answer it. Because of the inflation factor on how much more revenue will be coming in off of our property taxes throughout the county, is that gonna, and giving these raises, 3% was this last year, now we get looking at 4 and 3 and 3, which would be another 10% in 3 fiscal years.
Yeah.
Are we gonna stay balanced, or is, for the amount of money coming in through inflation on the valuation of the property, or are we gonna go down?
Yeah, so we do expect to remain balanced in the coming fiscal year, and I think the budget that was passed by you guys last week did cover that expectancy. I do expect an additional budget amendment coming with the additional 1% that was in the negotiations. I don't think that will have. I do think that's feasible within the current budget. The fund balance is very healthy within the fund balance. I think the unrestricted fund balance is at about 42% of the general fund expenditures. Our required level per the policy adopted is 20%. So we're double the amount of what we need to have in there. I do know the state inflationary percentage for next year is 2.7%. As you know, with the Headley amendment, that kind of caps people that are staying in their home. And then, with the uncapping in Proposal A, we do expect with the uncapping from people moving out of their home as part of Proposal A, we do expect a little bit higher than a 2% increase in property tax revenue coming in next year.
We need lower interest rates for that to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot
Chair's doing.
Yeah, not a lot of moving around right now. So.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks, Commissioner. Seeing no other speakers, commissioners, please vote. John, thanks for the report.
Yeah, no problem. I do plan, I meet with Commissioner Kraft here and Commissioner Sabatini to kind of review these reports for you guys and see if we can kind of get something a little bit more tailored with a little bit more narrative for you guys. So hopefully in 2026. So thank you.
Continuous improvement, Commissioner Haw.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next, we will move on to department recommendations, and the first item is item A, contract with Plant Moran for project management services. It is an extension of our prior engagement, not to exceed $120,000. I'll take a motion to refer this to full board.
So move.
Support.
Motion from Commissioner Haw, support from Commissioner Lucido. John, I'm glad you didn't go too far. You're up again.
Yeah. So the proposed contract in front of you guys is just an extension of the current contract that's in place that's set to end on December 31st of 2025. The contract is for the first quarter of next year. It's about $120,000. We do expect, we will be coming on under budget with the contract that is currently in place. So we will have some additional savings there. However, this is just a direct, there's no budget amendment or anything like that being requested at this time. It's just a continuation of that as we continue to make headway on the 2023 single audit and the 2024 single audit, as we kind of get those to wrap up and kind of move on to the 2025 stuff through the end of the first quarter of next year.
Thank you, John. Chair Sabatini.
Thank you, Chair. Hey, John, great to see you there at the podium. So I think this is a really smart play. During the budget process, there was additional employees that were asked for specifically in finance. But I know there's still, some heavy lifting that needs to be done here in the department to get us to the finish line with, as we still go through some of the conversion stuff. So I know you being in this role now, I'm fully supportive of this. I want to make sure that you have literally, an 800-pound gorilla behind you. I think Plant Moran can qualify as that. So you'll have the resources that are in play there. And I think, they've obviously helped us this year to get us to the finish line. And I know the financials were filed and everything's done there. So that's great news. So that being said, I just wanted to say it's great to see you behind the podium.
I appreciate the support.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to echo Chair Sabatini's comments as well. It's good to see you here. It's good to see you're still here. But it's also, but I think extending Plant Moran is the right thing to do right now. They've been in the thick of this for a while now, for months now. And I think continuing this project and this contract for a little bit longer to help you and the rest of the department out get through this. I think it's been a substantial lift. I think this will help continue that. Hopefully, this is the last time we need to do it. We can put some bodies in your office and continue on from there. But I think for the time being, I think this is the right move. So seeing no other commissioners, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you.
Appreciate the support.
Thanks, John. Next is item B, contract Granger Construction, Central Intake and Assessment Center, project change order number 6 in the amount of $655,879.51. I'll take a motion to recommend this to full board.
So moved.
Motion from
Support.
Commissioner Van Sickle, support from Commissioner Ha. Ben?
Good
Good
afternoon.
to see you.
Good to see you as well. This is a contract with Granger Construction, change order number 6. Following up on, I brought change order 5 in front of you, in October. This is for Central Intake and Assessment Center in the Macomb County Jail Capital Improvement Project. We are seeking approval for this contract, the amount of $655,879.51. All the items within this change order are within the original project budget. There is a whole bunch of change order requests that are kind of grouped together into this change order number 6 to simplify things for this board and for our project team. So I come in front of you once and get them all kind of approved. So we're up to date. In this particular one, some of the big items are the bulk of change order request number 32, which is within this, is for the Fire Command Center. The Fire Command Center is a portion of the building that will control the fire controls, as well as some of the elevator controls for both the central intake facility and the and the jail tower. So the coordinated effort with those, with that fire command. So the fire department only has one room to go to, basically, to simplify it. We have also upgraded lighting lenses for a higher detention level. We had to include some duct bank for fiber from the powerhouse to the central intake and assessment center facility. This is different than the powerhouse work we did. This is to get the fiber from the new data center in the powerhouse to the new building at the central intake. We made some adjustments to the schedule of the medical unit. The operation in the jail there is a critical component of their operation that needs to currently ongo. So we slid a few things in the schedule so we cannot impact the medical unit operations. They will move into the new jail, and then we'll follow up with the construction or renovation in that space. We also included in this the actual lead abatement in the gun range, as well as some additional bulletproof plates in the gun range that were identified for extra safety reasons. Again, funding for this change order is available in the Central Intake and Assessment Center, Macomb County Jail Capital Improvement Project budget.
Thank you, Ben. Commissioners, any questions? Chair Sabat, Chair Sabatini. Go ahead, Chair.
Ben, thanks for the update. I know this is, first of all, I think this project's been going great. I've been part of their bi-weekly meetings that I meet with F&O, our team with the executive office, Plant Moran, and just want to commend everybody on this. This is one of those questions that was kind of addressed theoretically in the purchasing ordinance moments ago. This one's a little bit obviously larger, but that being said, I think this team's been really, really strong for Macomb County, and I couldn't give them more kudos. Dr. Amboyer is typically here for every single meeting that we have a dashboard related to this project. I can't think of one person that eats or sleeps this project more than him. So commissioners, he's always here. He's always available to answer any of your questions, and he's pointing out on everything that's been going on with this project. So thank you, Ben. Thank you, team. And just wanted to give you those comments.
Thank you, Chair. All right, I see no other speakers. Commissioners, please vote. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Now we move on to item 16, which is correspondence. I will take a motion to receive and file the dashboard report for the Central Intake and Assessment Center project and the open bids as of December 2nd, 2025.
Motion to receive and file.
Support Zinner.
Motion from Commissioner Romano, support from Commissioner Zinner. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next is public participation. This is an opportunity for any member of the public wishing to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue. Anybody from the public wishing to speak? All right, seeing none, we will close public participation and move on to commissioners' comments. I'm going to start with Chair Sabatini, who is running down the ramp.
Looking for somebody.
I had the music set for that, but I was a little too quick. I apologize, everybody.
So Commissioners, you're probably wondering why I'm coming to the podium, and this individual that's in the audience doesn't know that he's going to be recognized here in about 10 seconds. But we're going to surprise him with something, and it's interesting when we have to recognize our county employees, and certainly this individual that's been with the county for 36 years is certainly someone that we should recognize, because we see this person during probably the most difficult times that we have to be in session, and that's typically during budget. So that being said, David Styler, come on up.
Oh, boy.
Steve, come on up. Vicki, come on up. Congratulations. So Dave's been with the county for 36 years, as I said. He started his career at Macomb County in 1989 as an accountant. And he's held numerous roles here at the county, but that's led him to his most recent position, which is Budget Analyst Senior. And I'm just going to talk about a few things here because I'm sure others want to say some of their thoughts about David. But he's certainly leaving an incredible mark on his colleagues. The decades of service not only reflect his personal dedication, but also his goal for Macomb County. I always say finance is probably the most important department in the county. So the accountants know that because I'm an accountant at heart. But that being said, the fun side of Dave, he's also a member of the county's golf league. And maybe Commissioner Hall can talk a little bit about that. But he's the 3-time regular season champion. And that came from his colleagues. Make sure you say that. But on top of that, he's also part of the county's bowling league, where he's the longest continuous tenured player, runs the doubles tournament at the end of the year, and holds one of the highest averages. So for the bowlers on the board, There you go.
You're
But-
embarrassing him. The poor guy's getting all red.
But, and that's why Dave's always here, guys. Seriously, though. Dave's always here in the audience. Always when we have a budget question, he's on his laptop. He gets you an answer typically like that because he is the mastermind behind the budget process. And he's been that mastermind for a number of years. And I know it's tough and we want the best for our employees when they move on to retirement, but we're certainly going to miss David here in the finance department. I know his team's going to talk a little bit about him, but I just want to publicly commend him and acknowledge him and express our sincere appreciation and congratulations to him on his occasion of retirement here with Macomb County. So, thank you, David. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, he said you guys can roast him first.
Go ahead.
Hello. So my 25 years at the county, I've known Dave the whole entire time, and I do have to say probably majority of everything I've learned about county finance, I learned from Dave and endless conversations with him. And yes, he's very skilled at his craft, very knowledgeable over all those years. And he's hilarious, makes you laugh all the time. And I will share new things that I learned about Dave, and I don't want to make this like I didn't think it, but how you get to know people. And that's more on a personal level. Dave has a very kind heart, and I don't know that everybody gets to know that. I've got to see that and hear stories from him, how he welcomes people into his life, into his home. I know he served Thanksgiving meals recently with an employee that we have that runs a small nonprofit in the county. He's done that for years with his wife, Connie. And that's the good stuff too, right? Aside from being a servant for the county, how he serves other people in the community. And that's what I want to share about Dave. So congrats.
So I hired in 1990. Dave hired in about a year and a half, maybe, year and 9 months before me. So I've had the pleasure of working with him that entire time. He and I have become friends off-site, good friends off-site. As Commissioner Sabatini indicated, he is the mastermind behind the budget. He knows things and will remember little intricacies and idiosyncrasies about the budget that you may never remember yourself. He'll just pull a rabbit out of a hat, so to speak. We have a great time on the golf league. Sometimes fun, sometimes maybe not so fun, as Commissioner Hawk can attest to. But he's a great guy, and he's going to be sorely missed. So,
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. You want to say something?
I don't have to.
No, I know. Let's take a picture.
I said, Commissioner Ha has a couple comments before.
Pictures.
Oh, boy.
What do you want to do first? We'll take a couple pictures and then we'll take pictures and then we'll go around to commissioners.
Take a picture and then you guys can roast him if you'd like. I know.
Not too much.
That's a nice picture.
All right.
Well, I guess I will say a few things. My time here at the county, I can attest that I've made a lot of friends, some enemies along the way. It's what happens when people always call you and want stuff from you and you tell them, I'm sorry that I can't do it that way. It just doesn't work that way. I do have a kind of a funny story. This was back before Steve became the director. Pete Provenzano was our director, and at that particular time was before the charter, so there was still 26 commissioners, and all of you were assigned to just different committees. And we had a budget meeting that conveniently both Steve and Pete were on vacation, and so they wanted me to take the hearing. And the departments involved was the clerk's office and Carmela Sabo. And I recall we had assigned a position to one of her, I think her tech fund at that time, and it came under basically the rules at that time were that payroll cannot be charged to the technology fund. So they wanted to move the person back into the general fund. And we said, well, grant positions, when the funding goes away, the position goes away. So our position was to eliminate that position. And so I stood up here and defended the fact that, yes, it was not a grant position, but the funding was going away, the position had to go away. And I was told by a couple commissioners and Clerk Sabo that it was rude that I wanted this person to lose their job. So for about an hour, I got to listen to about half a dozen people ask me why I wanted this individual to lose their job. The following week, we had another budget hearing, and Pete Provenzano was there, and this particular commissioner came up and told him what a good job that I did, that they rated me a new butthole, and I stood my ground, and that was the way things are supposed to be done in Macomb County. So just a little funny story, and not just many of them, but that was just one that, and that was actually my very first time speaking in front of the board. Not that I don't have any problem speaking in front of the board. My wife really knows that I have no problem speaking at all times, but that was just one of the very first times that I got indoctrinated into this whole thing. So thank you guys for everything that you do for us and for Macomb County, and I will certainly miss this place. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Commissioner Haw, before you run off.
Thank you. The part where you said you learned a lesson about having to say no to people, how that makes them unhappy, we certainly know that feeling.
Correct. Correct.
You're not the only one with that. The part where Vicky said about your kind heart, I'll take great exception to that on the golf course. I always look forward to playing Dave because I have to give him 4 strokes, and then he turns around and beats me by 4 strokes. But some of the verbiage that came out on the golf course with some mishits at times, I tried not to repeat, failed miserably, obviously, but it was always a pleasure.
Thank you.
I had such enjoyment, not only playing in the league, but certainly playing with you and against you was even better. Because
a lot of fun.
We always left, sat down and had that drink together afterwards with the group. And I hope you re-sign for the golf league because I want a chance to get even.
I'll be back, and I know Andy wants to get back at me too. So
Yeah.
so
The
I
list is
I
pretty
guess
long,
I guess I'm
buddy.
coming back to at least golf with you guys. So
Thank you, and it's been a pleasure.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That's all I
guys.
have, Chair.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner Howard, do you have something for Dave or for?
As a new commissioner, I know we've had very limited interactions in the last year, but I just had the privilege of speaking to a group of high school students this morning, or actually an entire high school. And I was telling them, like, if you are looking for a stable job, come work for Macomb County. Like, come find your role in county government, because there's so many things that we want to see done, or we might find an issue in the world. Like, you can solve a problem working for a county government.
Sure.
And I wasn't doing anything in 1989 because I wasn't born yet.
Good for you.
But what is I
Gotta be
find
careful with that statement in the future.
well that 50th is still over there for Chair Sabatini. So, but I just wanted to thank you for your years of service, and knowing that the people that are going to come after you, that are going to fill your shoes or one day fill our seats, benefited from years and decades of work that you've done, and might not ever know your name, might not ever remember you or your golf score, but the work and the foundation that you've laid for Macomb County is beneficial beyond what somebody might recognize. And I think that for all of our county employees, but when somebody has 30 plus years of work in one location, it speaks volume about their character and their diligence and care for the county. So I just wanted to recognize that and say thank you, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. I will tell you, you'll find our department is one of the few departments in Macomb County that it's not uncommon to find people retire after 25, 30, 35 years of service. This is one department that I'm proud to call my department.
Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner Zinner?
Thank you. I just want to say I haven't had a lot of interaction with you, but you've always been so nice and friendly, and, you know, I just don't ever see you at work except for this room. And
Well,
I
you're my
just-
commissioner, so
Oh,
I live in Harrison
wow.
Township, so you're my
I'd be happy to see
commissioner.
you more. But I just appreciate you and your attitude, and, you know, I just appreciate you. Thanks so much. Thank you for all you've done. Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner. Dave, for most of the years that I've been here, it's always been the Steve and Steve show, right? One of them's been up and down from the podium, but it's always you that's been hiding in the back on your computer, on your laptop, typing away, finding the answers to all the questions that all of us up here have asked, and department heads and whoever was sitting there at the podium needed backup for an answer to. You were that guy. You've always been that guy. And finally this year, we were missing half of the Steves, and then Steve was in and out, and you were sitting back there, and Vicky was here. And I go and call you out. The first time I'm chair, and you're sitting back there quietly doing your work, and I call you out one time because there was a question asked, and you're nodding your head, and I'm calling on you from the back, and then now you're taking off. We finally get you up here in my time here, and now you're taking off. But I want to thank you, being in this new role. The whole team has been extremely helpful to me, and over the years as well, when I haven't been in this role. You guys have a tough job. It's a giant budget. It's intricate. It's detailed. You guys are working your tails off. And you specifically, I want to thank you for hiding in the back, doing the tough work, and getting that to us in a timely manner. I greatly appreciate it, Dave.
You're welcome, very much. Pleasure with dealing with everybody.
Thank you. With that, I've got no other speakers, so thank you. Congratulations. Enjoy your
you, guys.
retirement.
Appreciate it, thank you very much.
Keep beating Harold on the golf course.
I'll give it my best shot. Wow, Andy, that's a piece of cake.
With that, Commissioner Wallace.
I just wanted to thank everyone that was able to come to the parade. I think we all had a great time. No one else needs to speak on it. I think I speak for all of us. We had a great time. The weather was not terrible. Thank you to Commissioner Wayno and Commissioner Ha for the donation of candy. I made it almost to the end. I thought it was the end, and then we had like another light to go to, and so I just smiled. And I think that was good enough. But thank you guys. I had a great time just being with you all and laughing with you on a Saturday. Thanks.
Thanks, Commissioner. Seeing no other commissioner comments, I will hand this back over to Commissioner Ha for closed session.
Thank you. I need a motion to go into closed session to discuss Macomb County Circuit Court case number 2025-3084.
Motion to go to closed session.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Groth, supported by Commissioner Lucido. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, yes.
Oh. I was just trying to copy Sarah.
Motion passes 13 to
Everybody
0.
wants to copy Sarah.
Oh, who said?
Make a motion.
Go right ahead.
I'll make the motion to permit Corporation Counsel to execute all documents in regards to consent judgment on case number 2025-3084-CH.
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Lucido, supported by Commissioner Groth. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13 to 0.
Thank you. You got it, Frank.
Thank you very much.
Next item is
Commissioner Romano's turn.
quiet. Next item is motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Thank you.
We have motion support.
Keep them down there.
Please vote.
Thank you.
Here.
Way to go.
Motion passes 13 to 0.